New Hampshire Restoration, video number 11. This is going to be Article 10 of the Bill of Rights. Now, guys, this is a really powerful section. When it talks about right of revolution, it's not talking about just going out, getting weapons, and hurting people. It's literally breaking down how government works, how it works when government starts to get outside of their normal way of functioning and the people can see it. It is really, really, really huge. Now, it kind of piggybacks on number 9 because it explains how certain groups of men or connections of men having interest over the state could cause a problem. So even like in Arizona right now, where Toma, who is a member of the House and the Speaker, has a relative who's over run back elections and they're dealing with each other, it's really kind of a conflict of interest. So we got to be careful with that when we want our states to function appropriately. But text of Article 10, right of revolution. Government being instituted for the for the common benefit, protection, and security of the whole community, and not for the private interest. Now, we got to be careful because a lot of government entities today are carrying out their private interests in order to make money and to do different things and get benefits and advantages that they get from being employed through private programs. So private interest or emolument. The emoluments are the gains, benefits, or advantage that somebody might get from being in office of any one man, family, or class of men. Therefore, whenever the ends of government are perverted, which can happen at any time, right? It says whenever, not during election season. This goes against this idea that attorneys try to tell us that if you don't like something and you want to change it, you can change it at the polls. You could change it by electing somebody new. Nope, that's not how it works. Watch this. Whenever the ends of government are perverted, whenever, and public liberty manifestly endangered. See, when you get the body politic and is falling apart or in trouble, and all other means of redress are ineffectual. They're ignoring you. They're blocking you from doing your work as a PC selectman or in lower level government, or you can't redress. You can't go take them information like we see in Arizona where the legislature blocked the ability of the people to be able to get the word out of what they see wrong by letting it be known that they kind of like cover what it is that could be discussed during hearings in the legislature, and they block it to make sure that nobody in the legislature could be talked bad about. That should make you guys say, oh, shucks, something is serious here, because the people who are servants are effectively blocking and guarding the legislative houses to make sure nobody can get the word out publicly of what they're doing. Now watch this. And all other means of redress are ineffectual. The people may, they got a choice, and of right. They got the 100% guaranteed protected right inherently, ought to reform the old. They should change the way that the old works or establish a new government. Guys, when you see what you see in Arizona right now, our forefathers, based on the inherent rights of government, said that you should establish a new government or reform the old. Now, some people say, David, why would you ever change the Arizona Constitution? Because it doesn't cover some of the dirty things they're doing right now. So when you change it, it blocks anybody from being able to do what they're doing right now. Plus, it lets our kids know in the future that this was something we were probably concerned about, so that they will be able to stand up strong and see what to do. Right now, today, people in Arizona and across the nation, you'll see where I say we could take back the government, and you get really passive, weak, beta type men who jump up and say, but the other side is too strong. How do we do this? What's the mechanism? Because truly what they're really saying is we're fearful of saying what we want to say because they might get mad. But here's what our forefathers knew as a fundamental principle. The doctrine of non-resistance against arbitrary power and oppression is absurd, slavish, and destructive of the good and happiness of mankind. So for all the people, all the precinct and selectmen, realize that we're in a situation where we have a right to take back the government, reform, alter, or abolish, remove the bad actors, reform the old, or keep the old and change it a little bit, or establish a whole new government. This is our right. Why are people not telling you this? This is important, guys. So this is for the New Hampshire Restoration Group, but it is also for the nation to see so we could get an understanding of how things work. Thank you.